What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about muln. Sorry I wasn't here yesterday. It was kind of just a sideways day. There wasn't a whole lot that happened until later on. Got a little bit of a boost. So let's see what we're looking at. I have not moved this bottom support trend line that we've had drawn up. It has been respecting it still so far. You can see that we are coming to decision time, whether it be what is today, Wednesday? So whether it be today here towards after hours, or if we ride this slightly rising wedge up to the end, then again I think we're somewhere in pre-market to very end of after hours. It's going to make its decision. So what I would tell you to be watching very closely, one, we need the breakout, which is sitting right here above our little volume profile somewhere at the 40.62, so call it 40 and a half. Need to see that break and get a little bit of a push to the upside. That would be nice. I think that could carry us at least to 45, if not back to 48, if it does in fact break to the upside. You guys know which way these typically like to break. So let's see if we defy the odds. We have CPI tomorrow morning, going to be a big impact as far as the overall markets go. So we could open up to who knows whatever, right? Markets were pumping today. They have it definitely priced in to be hedged in whatever direction. So if it's good, they're close enough, and if it's bad, I think they're plenty hedged enough that they got coverage to the downside. So we'll see how that goes. Watching it to the downside, I think you're, again, watching this little gap in the volume profile. So call it 39 cents down to 38 cents. And then ultimately watch our 37. So 37, sorry, Gus says hi again. 37, 38, 39, and then ultimately be watching our 33 box support that we've been using. The Bollinger Bands were a little to the high side on the longer time frames, so I mean, we'll just have to see how it breaks. How does it look on RSIs? RSIs are still over 50 on the longer time frames, which is good, but I mean, they are not any too hot by any means. We've fallen out just a little bit on the 5 minutes, so let's see if that can come back up and regain some support for us. See where it wants to go from there. It would need to do its bounce again here, probably in the after hours pre-market, if we wanna hang on to our trend that we have going on right now. So that's what I'm watching. As far as the ortex goes, a little bit more return, so coming in at 9.96% live short interest of the free float, 147.99 million live short interest. Still saying 100% utilization. Cost to borrow has come down considerably, but it's still not free, but it's not all that expensive either, 28.61%. So we have that. So hey, like I said, the shorts could be sitting on the sideline waiting to see when their opportunity to strike is. They're probably watching some of these levels, key psychological levels, and definitely watching, I would say, the 50-cent strike level, just because they don't want any extra gamma action coming in here. So Again, I don't know. I mean, we've seen it defy the odds and break to the upside, and it kind of does whatever it wants anyway. Broader markets were up, muln was up, so I mean, we've seen the markets go up and muln be up, markets go down, muln be up. It doesn't seem to make much sense on a day-to-day basis. So maybe tomorrow won't hurt muln as bad as the overall markets, but we're going to have to just wait and see what happens. It is a gamble going into tomorrow. We know something's going to shake down, one way or the other in probably a lot of your other plays, at least your big blue chips. And if you're brave enough to swing anything on SPY, I don't know, but let's see how this continues to move. So far, everything, I mean, does look good, but like I said, I do think you're getting your decision here towards the end of Wednesday, or how far out's Thursday? Thursday's, yeah, more than likely going to happen today. So let's keep an eye on it. We'll see what it does in the after hours. Maybe we can touch on SPY too, just because I think that'll be a big one for a lot of people tomorrow. How's Spy doing? Spy was just on a mission today. On an absolute mission. So did set a little bit of a higher high. I would say you definitely have some sort of probably rising wedge, steep rising wedge coming in right now, which again could be an inclination that there might be a breakdown, and then that would be approaching back to our last video that we included Spy in, where I said, up here around 396 to 400 would probably be where I think that it could potentially make that turn back down to the downside, just as our overall trend line that's been coming down over our heads, that's been acting as resistance spots for us in the past. So I'm keeping an eye up there as well, because we just don't know what's going to happen. But I mean, if we get a hold above 396 tomorrow, it could realistically make its push back to about 398, 399 relatively easy. If we cannot get that hold, then I could see us falling out of this rising wedge relatively easy and making a trek back down. So it's easier to play after the move. It's, I guess, safer. Otherwise you're just strictly guessing as to what's going to happen. And if it's a small enough wager and you don't care, that's fine. But nobody knows. There's not a single person that knows exactly how this is going to play out. So it'd be a disservice if I was even trying to tell you what my guess would be. We don't have enough taps up here to really indicate anything. It is pushing high on the Bollinger Bands, which means we're probably definitely overbought. You look at the RSIs, it looks like we're definitely being overbought as far as everything that's been going on in the past. So in my eyes, I think we just gotta wait and see how tomorrow plays out. But I'm going to be watching for after CPI and after some of these candles start to play out in the morning, and see just what the trend actually is, because like I said, it's a guessing game. So let's see how Spy does. Let's see how muln does, and we will go from there. I appreciate you guys coming back and watching another one. I will catch you in the next video. As always, stay golden, people, and may your accounts stay green.